Hello and welcome to the exhibition Gustave Caillebotte Painting Men at the Getty Museum. My name is Ignacio Darnaude and I've written an article for Out magazine about this groundbreaking exhibition, and now I'm going to take you on a very special tour. Caillebotte was an Impressionist painter, but unlike his fellow artists Renoir, Manet, or Degas, who focused on female scenes and clearly heterosexual settings, Caillebotte depicted what truly interested him. By that I mean his circle of bachelor friends, male workers, muscular sportsmen, and even naked men. So now I'm going to show you some of his beautiful and daring works which completely revolutionized gender norms in art history and allowed space for same-sex desire. And what better way to start the tour than with his majestic A Man at His Bath, which broke every rule at a time when women were the usual subject of bather scenes. And he frames it in such a cinematic close-up that it forces us, the viewer, to enter the bathroom and to participate in Caillebotte's voyeuristic scenario. And not only that, he heightens the sensuality of the painting by painting the bather's buttocks in a fleshy, sensual pink that turns it into the painting's focal point. Caillebotte introduced the figure of the male worker in modern French painting in one of his most iconic images, floor scrapers. The painting shows three beefy, shirtless workers preparing the floors of the artist's new studio. And it's fascinating how Caillebotte uses a very bold signature to tell us how he identifies with physical labor and also with all male environments such as this one. And Gustave Caillebotte was a master at portraying ambiguous male encounters. A perfect example is one of his most beautiful paintings on the Pont de l'Europe, where he depicts three anonymous men, clearly from different social backgrounds, all gathered together. And this scene really gets a sexual charge when we realize that in those times, same-sex relationships usually took place between men of different social classes. Another great example is Self-Portrait at the Easel, which shows one of Caillebotte's bachelor friends, Richard Gallo, in the background as his companion, instead of the traditional image of the artist's wife or a female muse. In this painting, the Bezique game, Richard Gallo stands centered, surrounded by Caillebotte's brother on the right and four other friends, only one of whom would get married, and Caillebotte paints him in the background, kind of ostracized from the group. Richard Gallo also posed for this striking image in which he appears to be stiff, uncomfortable, probably because lush sofas like this one were usually reserved for female nudes in art history. And Gallo played the role of a married man dwarfed by a dominant wife in two very unsettling paintings which leave no doubt about Caillebotte's negative opinion of traditional marriages. Where Caillebotte really showed his queer hand is in his series of paintings of male rowers, which gave him the perfect excuse to portray athletic men in revealing outfits. A great example, and one of Caillebotte's most important masterpieces, is Boating Party, in which Caillebotte places us, the viewer, in a rowboat just inches away from a dashing oarsman with crimson lips and with his crotch as the unavoidable center of attention. And because this series takes place in an all-male environment, it immediately elicits the idea of same-sex desire. So whether Caillebotte was gay or not is one of the many mysteries surrounding his life and his work. We know that he defied all social expectations by remaining a lifelong bachelor. But he also left a substantial amount in his will for a female companion, Charlotte Berthier, who barely appears in his work. And to make this dilemma even more confusing, a recently found family photograph shows Caillebotte posing in women's clothing and wig with total ease. You can read all about it in my article for Out magazine. And I want to thank the Getty Museum for allowing us to visit this extraordinary show.